Welcome to the Jamaica Bulletin Board, where we keep you in the loop of what's going on in Jamaica, our island that's not a real place, but it's where we love. Of course, we might poke a little fun because Jamaicans don't like boring and live is too serious to take seriously. Remember to subscribe to keep the news coming to your doorstep and hit the thumbs up button to keep the loop spreading. Thank you very much. Now for the news. Andrew Holness tells developers, don't let higher loan limits inflate your prices or your egos, which seems to be another way to say they are too darn greedy, leeching the little man dry. This prime ministerial message for housing developers simply means, have some conscience. Speaking at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Nitram of Waterloo Apartments, Holness urged developers to resist the temptation to hike housing prices following the government's decision to increase National Housing Trust (NHT) loan limits. Each time the government does this increase to help the poorer people, the richer people come and cream the cheese off the top like vampire bat. Then government gets the blame, and you know it's politics time. The new policy, effective July 1, 2025, raises the individual loan limit from $7.5 million to $9 million. For co-applicants, the combined limit jumps to $17 million, and for 3 co-applicants, it soars to $23 million. Holness emphasized that these changes aim to make homeownership more accessible, particularly for low- and middle-income Jamaicans. We're trying to help more people afford homes, not create a bidding war for the highest price tag, he quipped. Holness also highlighted that borrowers purchasing homes priced at $14 million or less can now access up to $12 million, subject to affordability. He stressed that the government is working to expand the supply of affordable housing to meet demand without triggering price inflation. We've kept inflation down, now it's your turn to keep prices steady, he appealed to developers. The Prime Minister's remarks come amid concerns that developers often raise prices in response to increased loan limits, effectively negating the benefits for prospective homeowners. Holness acknowledged the economic pressures but urged developers to prioritize affordability over profit margins. The market works best when there are options for everyone, not just the highest bidder, he said. Holness's plea is part of a broader effort to address Jamaica's housing crisis, particularly in the affordable segment. With these new measures, the government hopes to strike a balance between empowering buyers and keeping the housing market stable. Whether developers will heed his call remains to be seen, but one thing is clear, Holness isn't afraid to mix policy with a bit of moral persuasion. RJR Gleaner worker shot. Drama at Harborview. In a bizarre turn of events, an RJR Gleaner employee was shot near Harborview in Kingston. Thankfully, the alleged shooter is in custody, and the victim is recovering. Meanwhile, the traffic jam caused by the incident had commuters wondering if they'd accidentally entered a live-action movie set. The RJR Gleaner employee, reportedly an engineer at Television Jamaica, was shot and injured near the Harborview roundabout in Kingston earlier today. The situation unfolded when the suspect, who is said to suffer from seizures, ran from his home into the community. The suspect's father, a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, sought the RJR Gleaner employee's help in locating his son. Tragically, during the encounter, the suspect disarmed the employee of his licensed firearm and shot him in the neck and shoulder. The injured employee was rushed to the hospital and underwent surgery. Thankfully, the suspect has been apprehended and is now in custody, receiving treatment at Bellevue Hospital. The police are continuing their investigation into the incident. It's an unfortunate event, and I hope the victim makes a full recovery. Statue shenanigans. Sam Sharpe Square gets a green makeover. Vandals in Montego Bay decided to give the historic Sam Sharpe monument an unsolicited paint job, covering it in green. While some might call it modern art, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust is less amused and is working to restore the statues to their original glory. Mayor Richard Vernon hopes CCTV cameras will catch the culprits, but until then, the statues stand as a testament to Jamaica's history, now with a splash of green flair. Nightclub drama. Ceiling takes the bullet for a heated argument. It was a night to remember, or forget, at a Jamaican nightclub when 2 men decided to settle their differences with a showdown that left the Ceiling questioning its life choices. The heated argument escalated when one of the men pulled out a gun and, in a move that defies logic, fired multiple shots straight into the ceiling. No injuries were reported, but the ceiling is now in therapy, trying to cope with the trauma of being mistaken for the opponent, on the ground, when it was the ceiling in the air. Witnesses described the scene as chaotic, with patrons ducking for cover and the DJ abruptly switching from dancehall beats to Stayin' Alive, a fitting anthem for the moment. The JCF is now on the hunt for the suspect, who apparently thought the ceiling was the real enemy. A reward has been offered for information leading to his arrest, but the ceiling is still waiting for an apology. Meanwhile, the nightclub owner is considering adding bulletproof ceilings to the renovation budget. Was this a case of mistaken identity, or man being trigger-happy? Rubio's Caribbean tour demands diplomacy and drama. Marco Rubio's visit to Jamaica has all the makings of a political thriller or a Caribbean soap opera. Officially, the trip is about fostering regional cooperation and security, but former UN Ambassador Curtis Ward suspects there's more to the story. According to Ward, Rubio's agenda might include pressuring CARICOM states to rethink their relationships with Cuba and Venezuela. The diplomatic drama unfolded with a mix of handshakes, photo ops, and what insiders are calling polite ultimatums. Rubio's team insists the visit is all about collaboration, but skeptics are wondering if it's more about drawing lines in the sand. Caribbean beaches, of course. As discussions continue, the tension is palpable, with some leaders reportedly practicing their poker faces to avoid giving away too much. Will this visit lead to groundbreaking agreements or just another chapter in the saga of Caribbean politics? Either way, Rubio's tour is shaping up to be a masterclass in diplomacy or reality TV. Stay tuned for the next episode of Caribbean Politics Unfiltered. Nuclear energy debate, solar versus splitting atoms. Jamaica's government is pushing for nuclear energy, but the opposition is saying, hold up, let's stick to solar panels and sunshine. The debate is heating up faster than a solar-powered oven, with concerns about safety and the lack of consultation. Meanwhile, the sun is just chilling, wondering why humans can't agree on its free energy. News on sports. Foreman's knockout legacy. The day Jamaica hit heavyweight gold. George Foreman, the legendary boxer and grill master, left an unforgettable mark on Jamaica. Back in 1973, he stunned the world by punching his way to the heavyweight title, knocking down Joe Frazier 6 times in 2 rounds at the National Stadium in Kingston. Fans still whisper, "Down goes Frazier," like it's a national mantra. Foreman's fists might have retired, but his legacy and his grilling empire remain undefeated. Jamaica's sprint army heads to Carifta, medal count on maximum overdrive. With 83 medals last year, Jamaica's under-20 track squad isn't here to play, they're here to dominate. Led by Gary Card and Sabrina Dockery, these sprinters have Trinidad trembling in their running shoes. Word on the track is, rival teams are already rehearsing their polite applause for Jamaica's unstoppable medal machine. Someone pass them a tissue, this year might just be emotional. Da Silva drama. Trina's cricket captain's injury is Jamaica's secret weapon. Trinidad and Tobago's cricket captain, Joshua Da Silva, is working hard to recover from his semi-final injury just in time for the West Indies Championship against Jamaica. While Trinidad is holding their breath for Da Silva's return, Jamaica's team is crossing fingers that he takes just a bit longer to heal. Cricket games or psychological chess? You decide. Entertainment. Jamaica takes over NYC, carnival, cuisine, and chaos. The Jamaica Tourist Board hit New York City with a bang, showcasing carnival dancers, reggae beats, and mouth-watering Jamaican cuisine. With 1.6 million airline seats ready to whisk travelers to the island, Jamaica is officially the hottest spring travel destination. And no, not just because of the jerk chicken. Miss Universe Jamaica, Queen's battle for the crown. Regional competitions for Miss Universe Jamaica are heating up faster than a pot of curry goat. Contestants are strutting, posing, and perfecting that winning smile. As the grand coronation approaches, everyone's asking, who's going to wear the crown? One thing's certain, their competition is fiercer than a dancehall DJ in a clash. That's all for now, folks. Catch you in the next bulletin.